Italian journalist and transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has just stated that Guglielmo Vicario, here we go to Tottenham Hotspur on a 5-year deal, and he will have his medical at Hotspur Way this coming weekend. And the Guardian newspaper have just stated that Spurs are now the front runners to sign Leicester City star and England international James Maddison. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. This is another edition of Tottenham News, where I'll be going through all of the latest Spurs news, rumours and reports. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit the subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. So let's start by talking about Tottenham Hotspur's first signing of this summer transfer window. On Thursday afternoon, Fabrizio Romano gave us the news. Here we go. He has since stated that Guglielmo Vicario will travel to London this weekend with medical tests now being scheduled. Full agreement in place between the clubs for the Italian goalkeeper to join Tottenham Hotspur. Vicario has accepted a 5-year deal. He is more than excited for this new chapter. The Daily Express have just stated that Spurs have agreed a £16.4 million deal plus add-ons for Empoli goalkeeper Guglielmo Vicario. He was one of the standout shot stoppers in Serie A last season. Now, the Guardian newspaper have just stated that Tottenham are now the front runners to sign Leicester City and England midfielder James Maddison. It now seems like Newcastle United have other priorities in this transfer window, having been favourites to land the England midfielder in previous weeks. On Thursday evening, Tottenham Hotspur midfielder Oliver Skipp was on international duty, playing for the England under-21s as they beat Czech Republic 2-0. Oliver Skipp came off the bench in the 79th minute, playing the last 11 minutes of the game. Now, on Thursday morning, the draw for the group stage of the 2023-2024 EFL Trophy was made. The Tottenham Hotspur under-21s have been placed into Southern Group D alongside Cambridge United, Colchester United and Peterborough United. Now, my thoughts on the stories in today's episode. Let's start by talking about Fabrizio Romano's comments all day today. Guglielmo Vicario will travel to London this weekend to have medical tests at Hotspur Way. Now, I tell you what, on my list, David Raya all day long. And I think on most people's list, most Tottenham Hotspur fans had David Raya down as the goalkeeper that we should be signing this summer transfer window because, of course, he has Premier League experience. He plays out from the back, great distribution, would fit in perfectly well to Ange Postecoglou's system and the way that he wants to play, moving the ball quick and fast in the Premier League. And I think Premier League experience is absolutely vital as well. And then all of a sudden, in the last couple of days, Guglielmo Vicario's name is linked to Tottenham Hotspur. And let me just say that Vicario, Spurs, Fabio Paratici, from what I understand, earlier this year, had actually contacted his club, Empoli, in Italy, and asked about him. And many clubs have been in for Vicario. Lots of clubs interested, lots of clubs wanted to sign him. He has chosen Tottenham Hotspur. Spurs are about to get this deal done for £16.4 million. I know a lot of people have said, we've just gone for the cheap option rather than David Raya. I will tell you now, and I will say now, I wanted David Raya all day long, and it is a bit frustrating because when you want a player as a fan, we all just shout, pay the money. Pay the money, pay the money, just get the deal done. In my opinion, if it was my choice, I would have paid the £40 million for David Raya. However, with that said, Vicario, one of the best goalkeepers in Italian football, one of the best goalkeepers last season in Serie A. People are absolutely raving about him. I think the people who are saying cheap option and who the hell is this guy are the people that don't really watch Italian football. If you watch Italian football and you've watched clips on Vicario, he is a fantastic shot stopper. I have watched many clips in the last 24 hours or so. I will happily admit I think he's a great shot stopper. It does worry me a little bit on crosses. He does worry me a little bit on punching the ball rather than catching the ball. And I haven't seen many clips of distribution either. That's why I probably favoured David Raya in my choice, because we know that he can play in the Premier League. We know he's very, very comfortable. We know that he will play Ange Postecoglou's way. Vicario, it might take him a little while to bed in to this Tottenham Hotspur team and to this squad. I think it's a great deal. As I said, many top European clubs were after him. He has chosen to come to the Premier League. He has chosen to come to Tottenham Hotspur. But if you haven't seen any clips on Vicario, shot stopping, absolutely outstanding. Now, the Guardian newspaper have reported today that Tottenham are now the front runners to sign James Maddison. I tell you what, if Spurs could get this deal done, I think that it would say a lot. That would be a statement signing, in my opinion. We have missed a creative player for a very, very long time. Christian Eriksen left. We didn't replace him. Many players have left in recent years, and we just haven't replaced them with the same quality. That is very, very fair to say. Whenever a player has left, we've had a player come in, and they have been of less quality than the player that has just left, which has been very, very frustrating, for all of us Spurs fans to see, especially when, all of the fans that go to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium every other week, who have got season tickets, etc., we pay top dollar, we pay top money to go and watch our club at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So we want to be watching the best players. As I've said on this channel many, many times, this transfer window is absolutely massive. It is absolutely huge. We have to, build a team to compete at the very highest level. We want to get back into European football. All of the teams around us, including London rivals, they are all buying players. They are all buying quality. This is exactly what we need to do in this window. We need to buy a lot of quality, and we also need to offload a number of players as well. It is a huge job for Ange Postecoglou, but when I've seen clips of Vicario, I think he's a very decent, capable goalkeeper. But as we all know, the Premier League is very, very different to all of the other leagues. That is no disrespect. Most top players, when they've come over from European countries and European leagues, they all say the Premier League is the best in the world. It is so fast moving as well. So I just hope that Vicario does have good feet and moves the ball well, has good distribution. But Fabio Paratici was scouting him along with our head scout at Tottenham Hotspur. They were scouting him earlier this year. So he is a name that has been on the list. I just think that all of us wanted David Raya because it's easy to just say, well, he's got Premier League experience, and we know that he would fit in very well. But Vicario, I think, is a good signing. James Maddison, I think, would be an excellent signing if Spurs can get this deal done and pay the money. And then it is about progressing on from there, getting more players in. Earlier reports today are stating that Spurs offered Barcelona €5 million for Clement Longley. But in my opinion, I think that we should be aiming higher than Clement Longley. No offence, but I think that we saw enough of him last season to certainly decide as fans that, players like that are not going to take us forward and not going to get us back into Europe. And I just think that we should be aiming a lot higher. If Ange Postecoglou has actually said out loud to Daniel Levy and the board, I want Clement Longley at the club, then fair enough. But I don't believe that. I think that this was probably planned all along. All of these rumours, all of these stories were published many, many months ago. And I think this has been in the pipeline for a very, very long time. Even though we're going through a major rebuild, or will be this summer transfer window, we do need a lot of players, a lot of quality players to come in through the door. A lot of players need to go out the door as well. But, let's face it, every single team around us is signing players of the highest quality. So to even stay on par with some of these players, we need to keep up. And we need to just keep signing players that are going to improve our team, that are going to improve our squad, and show Ange Postecoglou that you're backing him, and show the likes of Harry Kane and Heung-min Son that we mean business for next season, and we can compete. Even if it is for a League Cup, even if it is for an FA Cup, we can compete with these teams. We've got to get back into a European competition. So, of course, we've got to finish no lower than sixth, in my opinion, because you want to be playing at least Europa League football or Champions League football. But of course, we all know as Spurs fans, if you want to be competing in these competitions, Champions League and Europa League, there is a lot of investment, there's a lot of time, there's a lot of effort, and so much energy needs to go into it as well. And good decision making, that is absolutely key. Good decision making on every front, from the board, the head coach, and everything to do with the club. So there's a lot to do, but Vicario with the first one over the line. James Maddison, if he was the second one in, I think it would be a good start, but many more deals need to get over the line before that season starts. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you on the next one. Until then, come on you Spurs.